Hey, so you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas with a family? Maybe you have some young children and you're unsure about whether it's going to be a good move for you. Maybe you've heard some of the things about Las Vegas, you know about the reputation of it being Sin City, and maybe you're having second thoughts. Stick around for this video. In this video, I'm going to go through some of the reasons why I think moving to Las Vegas with a family is a good idea and why it could be a good fit for most families out there. And hey, that's some of the reasons that I'm actually really happy to have moved my family here. Just know though, I was also on the fence before I moved here and wondering if it is going to be good for my family, so I totally get any of the concerns. But hey, we're going to start right now. Hey, if you're new here, first of all, let me say welcome. Also, if you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good, the bad, even reasons why you should move your family to Las Vegas, please go ahead and subscribe. Tap on the bell for notifications so you can be amongst the first to know about the local market conditions here in Las Vegas. My name is Peter and I get calls, texts, emails all the time from actually people just like you who are looking or considering making a move to Las Vegas, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, please get in touch. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. We can jump on a Zoom and you can book that on the link below. And I really would love to help you make a smooth move to the Las Vegas area. Obviously, I've gone through relocation, so I know exactly what it's like going through the excitement of planning and research all the way through to moving day and everything that happens in between. So just know that I've got your back whatever happens. So as I said, we're going to cover some of the reasons why moving your family to Las Vegas could be a great idea. In my opinion, it would be a great idea. Speaking as a parent, I have 5 young children, all under the age of 9. So some of these things are real close to my heart and I'm speaking from my own experience. So here we go with the first reason. The first reason would be actually the Strip is not just for adults. Now this is something I was guilty of thinking before I moved here is, the Strip, it's only for adults, you know, there's not much for the kids to do on Strip. How wrong am I? The kids love going to the Strip. We tend to, when we do go, we don't go as often as maybe our kids would want, but when we do go, we tend to go midweek after school as opposed to the weekends when it's going to be more busy, more crowded with the tourists. But our kids love the Bellagio fountains, they love singing along to the music, they love going out and checking the Bellagio gardens as well and seeing what the latest designs are, having loads of pictures taken. They also love the shark reef at Mandalay Bay and looking at them swimming around. We love, when we do go for a meal, sometimes we go to Rainforest Cafe and it's a real great oasis in the middle of a desert. You feel like you're actually in the middle of a rainforest and all the animatronics going off at different times. It's really wicked, really cool. We also like going to visit M&M World and that's always a great experience. Sometimes that can be a bit overwhelming if it's busy with the younger kids, but overall our kids love it. They love getting a little pack of M&Ms when we go in there and they pick out their favourite colours and it's so cute to watch. They also love the shows that go on sometimes at Circus and that's really entertaining and captures their entertainment as well. And they love going to Madame Tussauds and seeing who they recognise, and as they get older they recognise a few more people as well. So that's all on the Strip and all great for families to go and check out. And as I said, I was guilty of thinking that there's nothing to do for kids, especially young kids. As I said, you know, my oldest is 9 and sometimes he gets maybe a little bit more bored than the others, but I think that's just his personality. He would prefer to be in playing computer games, but all the others, they absolutely love going on the Strip and are always asking us to go and visit. When can we go to the Strip? When can we go to the Strip? So I think you'll find lots to do as a family right on the Strip. So the next reason, and this is something that's close to my heart, as growing up in the UK, I was exposed to a lot of sport, a lot of live sporting events, and Vegas over the recent years have actually got so many great sporting events now and great live teams to go and watch. It's always growing as well. So at the moment you have the Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey team, you have the Las Vegas Raiders, the football team, amazing stadium to go and check out as well. It's an amazing atmosphere. Can't emphasize that enough, and our kids love going to watch a game and cheer on Derek Carr, who they feel like they know personally at this stage. Then we have Formula One coming here as well next year. we have an MLS soccer team that's going to be coming out of the Vegas area. I was a bit disappointed that we didn't get one of the World Cup venues when the World Cup is going to be held here in the States, the football or soccer World Cup, when it's held here. Vegas didn't have a stadium on there. But then you also have live college football you can go and watch, college basketball. There's always games going on at the ballpark as well in downtown Summerlin. So there's so many great options to go and see whatever sport it is that your kids are into. We sometimes go and see the Vegas Knights, as I mentioned, and obviously the Vegas Raiders. They're what our kids like to go and see. I'm excited when the MLS soccer team gets here, as I haven't quite been able to get my kids into soccer yet. They sometimes watch me watching soccer on TV, and I can see they're not as interested. So hopefully when the MLS team is incorporated in Vegas, then they'll be on that as well. And hey, how exciting, Formula One. There's going to be a Formula One race that goes right around the strip. So from next year, I think it is, we're going to have that here as well. And that'll be great to go and get the kids to go and see it live in person as well. So definitely lots of great sporting events and sporting venues to take your kids to see if you have a sporting family. The next one is something that I was actually a bit concerned about myself. Obviously, Vegas is right in the middle of a desert, so you don't expect a lot of greenery, you don't expect a lot of nature, so to speak. And how wrong am I? There's so many parks, there's so many green spaces as parks for the kids to go and enjoy, go and run around. There's lots of playgrounds, there's lots of splash pads. Those playgrounds are going to have everything in them for the kids to enjoy, to climb on, to go on slides, go on swings. There's going to be so much within the parks as well. You're going to have tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, football fields, baseball fields, skate parks, swimming pools, outdoor gym apparatus, and all the things in between that as well. There's really so much to do within the parks. I think it's a great place, and I touched on my earlier point there. My oldest one really likes to be indoors playing computer games all the time. He's always on his Nintendo Switch playing Minecraft or Mario. And with all these things that we can do outdoors, it's actually easier to get him outdoors than it might have been living in a different place. Obviously, we've got so much sunshine and great weather as well that it's never really too cold. It does get a bit cold in the winter, but it doesn't get too cold to go out and enjoy the outdoors. And then that coupled with the amazing spaces that we have with our parks and playgrounds and splash pads. And overall, I think the county do a great job of trying to keep them clean, keep them well landscaped and maintained as well. And the equipment mostly seems to be in really good order as well. So I think it's fortunate to have all these parks, and there's so many parks. No matter where you base yourself within Las Vegas, you'll never have too far to go to a park and a splash pad. Obviously they are seasonal, but there's so much great things to do outdoors as well. The next point to cover, and again this is something that I was slightly concerned about because I'd read some of the reports about the Clark County School District, which is the school district that looks after the schools within the Las Vegas and Henderson area. And obviously I'd read that the school district is constantly rated one of the worst, 49 out of 50 school districts that were rated. And obviously as a parent, that's a big deal. Schooling is really important. But there are actually some really good schools within the area. You just have to do your research. You just have to look on websites like greatschools.org or niche.com and check out the area that you're thinking about moving, whatever part of town it is, and see how the schools rate, and try and make sure you're closely situated to a good elementary if you need, or middle school or high school, whatever it is that you need. Make sure you're situated quite close to the area for those, and then you'll be fine. Obviously you have the option of some of the great private schools or charter schools, and they aren't zoned, so you can, if you're not too bothered about driving and it's not really too far to drive anywhere in Las Vegas, then you'll be okay. But what I would say is a lot of people give the school district here a bad rep, and I think that's a bit unfair. I think that, as I said, there are some really good schools, there's some really hard working teachers as well. I feel happy and I'm blessed with the teachers that my kids have so far, and the feedback from both my kids and also the teachers when we go and speak to them as well is all really good, really encouraging. And I can see a difference in our kids already. My oldest one obviously had that period of time when there was a lot of distance learning. I think he struggled with that, if I'm being completely honest, and took a bit of an adjustment going back last year. But this year he's all guns a-blazing, and as I said, I think the school district here gets a bad rep, but there are some really good schools. There's some schools that do bring it down, so you have to be careful, but there are some really good schools as well. But I can't emphasize enough, you have to do the research on that. I'm happy to help you and give you some guidance if you need, and don't be afraid to reach out, and we can talk parent to parent, and I'll help guide you on that as well. But definitely don't be put off by the school district is what I'm going to say. The next reason, and this is something I probably took for granted as a child, but now I appreciate it a lot more, is there's so much nature within the Vegas area, and it's easy to just think of Las Vegas as the bright lights and the shiny casinos and everything that goes on the strip. But actually, when you come away from that, there's so much nature to go and enjoy. You've got Mount Charleston up in the north, and it's beautiful up there. You can get snow in the winter, some really good snow up in the winter, some amazing views looking back down as well. Then across to the west, you're going to have Red Rock Canyon, which is gorgeous. Like, again, so much nature. I can't emphasize that part enough. Gorgeous over in Red Rock Canyon. If you like hiking, there's some amazing hikes there. If you're like me and you'd hike in the colder months but not in the warmer months, you could always take the drive on the loop, and there's some stop-off points that you can get some great pictures for as social media as well, and the kids will see some amazing views and probably won't appreciate it now, but they will definitely appreciate it when they're older. We also have Lake Mead, which is great as well. Now the water levels are dropping and there's some things floating that probably shouldn't have been floating, but hey, it's still great to go and enjoy and have some fun on the lake as well. There's also Lake Las Vegas, and there's lots of things to go and do there. Obviously that's not nature, that was man-made, but it's still great to go and enjoy. And that's just some of the things that I can think of off the top of my head, and some of the things we like as a family. We love going to Mount Charleston in the winter and going down the snow in our little toboggans and our little sleds and seeing who gets down the quickest. It's great fun. Definitely check that out, and also check out Red Rock Canyon. They're two of our faves. If you watched any of my other videos, you'll know how much I love mountains and love mountain views, so it's something that we do a lot as a family. I never had that growing up in the UK, so I certainly try and make the most of it now, and I definitely don't think your kids will be too disappointed with it either. And then the final reason, and I think this affects the parents more at the start, but I think it can reverberate down to the children, and you'll see why, so just stick with me. But Vegas is actually really affordable and real good cost of living to take into account as well. If you're moving from a big city, or you're moving from somewhere like California, New York, Chicago, Washington, you're going to find here the cost of living is a lot better. Obviously there's no state income tax, and that does play a big part, but in general, when you compare the costs here to those places, it's definitely more affordable. Now that extra money in your back pocket is going to give you more money and more time to go and do things with the family as well. So whether that's taking your kids to California, or taking them to the Hoover Dam or to the Grand Canyon and seeing some of the amazing things that are just on the outskirts or just outside of our area, then absolutely that's great, and I think you're going to absolutely appreciate it. I think it definitely is a great option when you factor the affordability count into it as well, because a lot of the times that's probably going to be one of the first things you're concerned about is affordability. So if that is a concern for you, then I think you'll find it's more affordable here. I'm happy to go with more detail in that on another video if you would like. Just let me know in the comments below. But certainly I think it ties into the reason why it would be a good idea to move to Vegas as a family, and we've definitely found it more affordable when we compared it to other parts of the country as well. And that's it, guys. That's my reasons, my personal reasons why I believe moving to Vegas with a family is a good idea. Now, they were just my personal opinions, and I've spoken a lot from my experience and my family's experience. I'm not saying there's any necessary science or facts to go along with that. That's just our family's experience, and obviously everyone's family's experience is completely different, but we've obviously gone through a relocation ourselves, so we know the pros, the cons, we know what's good, what's not so good about it as a family. So hopefully you found that one useful. Just want to say thank you to everybody who is watching these videos, and hopefully you're finding some value. Also, thank you to all the clients that are already reached out or working with me at this point as well. I really appreciate your support. Just as a reminder, if you're thinking about moving to the Las Vegas area, please do get in touch. All my contact details are below, so please do reach out. But again, thank you for watching, and until the next time, you take care. Reasons why it's a good idea to move your family to Las Vegas. Please subscribe, tap on, and just know that I've got your back on your move to Vegas. Just know that I've got your back, and I'll make sure that I'll do everything in my hands to make sure please get in touch. You can give me a call, shoot me a text. Did I say that already? So let's get on into some of those reasons. And the first reason, and it was some of the things